A city that's built on ambition, is boundless and has undisclosed and understated power. A city of ceaseless moments, a city that never sleeps, where the Mercedes-Maybach S680 Night Series makes its presence known. Not with noise, but with certain affluence. Now, there is a bit of an irony going on around here because you see, this Night Series is a stealth edition of a car that's designed to stand out. Now, gone are all the chrome details and it's replaced by darkened trims, muted details, and subtle contrast. And it is a study of understatement, which is really hard to come by in a 6-liter V12 limousine. And while you can question whether a Maybach can ever truly be discreet, what's undeniable is the visual restraint this specification brings. It looks serious, intentionally so. Now, you already know that Mercedes' ultimate expression of what luxury could be comes with a Maybach logo. It's for those who think that a normal S-Class just isn't luxurious enough, that it needs more of everything. And then comes those who want their mansions at the end of the land to make the Wayne mansion look like an apartment. For them, there's this Night Series. Hello and welcome back to Car and Bike. I'm Bilal, welcoming you to experience something that is usually reserved only for the ultra-rich. Now, for the Night Series, as I said earlier, all the shiny bits are gone. But that doesn't mean there's not enough bling on the S680 to make it feel special. Because in a place where tacky chrome used to be, there are elusive finishes that don't need to announce their arrival. You simply take one look at it and you know that there's nothing ordinary about this. Now, I can tell you that there are manufacturer paint schemes available for this Night Series. I can also tell you that you can have these 20-inch intricate Maybach logo-filled alloy wheels that surely look like a work of art and should be displayed at a museum. These alloy wheels are also wrapped in special noise-reducing tires. I could also tell you that these pretty advanced headlamps get gold inserts in them and they look pretty mafia. And then there are the two logos that are the most important ones here. The first one is the Maybach logo at the seat pillar, so you know that this is no ordinary S-Class. And the second one is the dignified V12 insignia on the front fender. More on that V12 later. Overall, this S680 Night Series, it's special in every way you look at it. Now, welcome to the place where most of the owners or all of the owners will be spending most of their time or all of their time here in the second row. And once you're here, you would notice that this is the executive seat, one that is optional extra usually on the S-Class, but it's part of the equipment in the Night Series. Now, once inside, driver, please take me to my destination. Now, on the inside, it's less about luxury in the traditional sense, but more about insulation. Insulation from the noise and the chaos outside, even insulation from your own thoughts. Now, as I mentioned, these seats, these are executive class seats, which you usually get in your luxury airliner or private jet or even your private luxury yacht. And they get a lot of functions as well. You get heating and cooling. You also get this massage function, many options of massage function apart from the recliner seats. Now, when you use this recliner seats, it's a very good option because, as I mentioned earlier, or if I haven't, I'll mention it right now, that this is a long wheelbase version with additional 118 mm of wheelbase added to the frame. So you get acres and acres of leg room. And what that translates into is this recliner seat which feels ultra luxurious. Now here you can continue your work. You can actually open up this armrest, pull out this table and continue your work. You can put up your laptop over here, you can have lunch, you can actually attend your meetings and work calls. Or you can just leave all of that aside and just relax, because after a long hard day at work, you definitely deserve this. Now while here, I also want to address one more thing about this second row experience, because this entire second row experience is tailor-made for this seat. More importantly, once on the move, you know that the entire outside world is kept at bay. The noise insulation is so good that you can barely hear any cacophony outside. More importantly, when on the move, the ride quality is so subtle, it's so good that all the irregularities, they don't translate inside. Once on the move, you can actually feel that you're floating on Aladdin's magic carpet. That's how good the ride quality is. Now, before I go ahead and grab the driver's seats to tell you how it is to drive, let me enjoy this quiet moment alone some more. Now, under that long bonnet, leading the way is something which is getting really rare these days. A full-fat 6-liter twin-turbocharged V12. And the power figures are as impressive as the car. 612 bhp and 900 Newton meter. And despite all of that, it still feels eerily calm. In today's EV-dominated world, where EVs are actually producing almost as much horsepower as this one, in fact, it's producing more torque output than this, but it gives you an experience of a guttural punch each time you floor it. But that's not the case over here. Here, the experience is completely opposite. In fact, this one, it feels like it persuades the road to move under you every time you go close to the throttle. When I was a kid, I read somewhere that the V12 engines, they are the most refined and the smoothest engine out there. Now, many years later, sitting here behind the wheel, I could actually confirm that yes, the V12s, they truly are majestic. Unlike more powerful engines, driving this one, it doesn't feel like you're sitting on a horse that gallops. It feels like you're sitting on a giant, gentle, majestic dragon that spread out its wings nicely and calmly and takes to the sky without giving you a slightest jerk. There's something about the way the power is delivered here. It's gracefully and silently. But overall, the entire experience, it's quite satisfying. Now, apart from the usual comfort mode and sport mode, yeah, there is a sport mode and it is quite brutal to drive, trust me. But there's something called as Maybach mode. And in the Maybach mode, the acceleration is more subdued. The ride quality, it's more subtle, and the way the acceleration, especially off the mark, it is more gentle in the way the entire car is to drive. And that is the best way for a chauffeur to be driving this car, because I'm driving this car in the Maybach mode and it feels so satisfying once again. The overall experience of driving this S680, it's a bit of an old school in nature, a nature that's quite diminishing of late, but it is still present right here. And if you're lucky enough to experience this one, I would recommend do it before they all get extinct. It's enormous in size, unapologetic in its priorities, and expensive enough to ask serious question of value. But it is perfect for the affluent individuals who see time as their only true currency. They see silence as luxury's purest form, and they want to announce their arrival in a very subtle manner. So let's address the obvious. This Mercedes-Maybach S680 Night Series, with its mouthful of name and all its extravagance, it's not for everyone, and it's not actually meant to be. It's for that 1% of the 1% who still believes that presence, it's quiet, performance should be discreet, and power, it never has to scream out loud. And that's all from me in this video. This is Bilal signing off. Until next time.